and welcome to the Rag. This, of course, the home venue of Tipperary Camogie, and we're live for the action in the Very Ireland National Camogie League Division 1 clash between the top of the table two. That's, of course, Cork and Tipperary. I say Cork because, of course, they're just on top on a little bit of scoring difference, but they are here in the home of Tipperary Camogie, hoping to secure the points. And if they do come away with the points, you'd reckon that whoever is the winner here today will be in the league final. So it's all to play for over the next hour and a little bit. My name is Killian Whelan. I should have said that at the very top, and I'll be joined on commentary by Geraldine Canaan, and we'll have all, as he said, the action to look forward to. Interesting to see how it all plays out. If we were to have a barometer, it's probably the fact that both sides have defeated Dublin, and probably from the last day, Tipperary, they weren't overly fantastic, as they said in their own right, against the Dubs, whereas Cork were a little bit more clinical. So that might just give the crew from the Rebel County the little bit of a nod here. We'll wait and see how it all plays out. Do stay tuned. And you're welcome back here to the Rag. The man you see on screen, of course, is Cork manager Matthew Toomey. Matthew, always coming to Tipperary, it's never an easy ask, I'd imagine.
No, it's always a tough occasion coming up here, especially now and the fact they're back after two good wins. They're full of confidence. So, look, I suppose it's a test we want really now for our players. We kind of two handy enough games. I don't know what case where the opposition were at that stage, but with two easy wins, so we really need to be tested. So we're looking forward to this big time. And yourself,
as you said, you have coming in with fine form, but you've had a few changes as well to make, Matthew, in recent games as well, and now even I believe today you have to make a couple of other changes as well.
Yeah, I think we're down about 7 or 8 players now that are injured. Look, I suppose I always want to use the league to test out players anyway, so I suppose we had no choice this time. But look, we're happy enough. We've a strong team out here today. There won't be qualms anything like that. So we're just looking for the performance. I suppose what we were happy for the last 2 games was the work rate and the use of the ball. So just something similar again today, and we'll be happy enough with.
Finally, though, the caveat is, Matthew, obviously if you win here today, you're probably assured that league final spot.
Yeah, again, I suppose that's the case for both teams. So it's the stake's going to be that bit higher, that's what you want again, as I say, we're kind of a new system compared to last year. We're trying out different things. We're trying to bring in a new type of play, so this is the place to get it tested.
Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
And we're welcome back to the Rag, moments away from this big game between Tip and Cork. And Dennis Kelly, it is a big game.
Yeah, big game. Look at it, both teams have 2 from 2, so we're looking forward to it now. This will give us a better indication, I suppose, where we're at. So we're happy the way things have gone so far, but this is Cork are flying. We've had a decent start as well, so look, something's got to give today.
Can I just bring you back to the Dublin game, though? You did say at the end of that you weren't overly impressed with the performance.
Yeah, look, we made a few changes. Some worked, some didn't. So, you have to test things in the league, and that's what we did. We're supposed we have a little bit of a stronger outfit starting today, but, that's the way it is, and we're going to test things as we go along as well. So look, we're looking forward to a big performance today, and hopefully we can do enough to win.
And would you be hoping as well maybe to put down a little bit of a marker to some of the other counties out there, because some people might have written off Tipperary this year in some ways?
Yeah, look, we have a good strong panel. We're happy enough the way we're going. We don't mind too much what's coming in from the outside. We have our concentrating on our own business. But yeah, it'd be nice to get a win here today and set us up nicely. Then, whoever wins here today are probably even a great shout to get into a league final.
I wish you the best of luck, Dennis.
Thanks very much.
That's it. And you're welcome back here to the Tipperary Camogie grounds in the Rag. And we're just getting ready for action here between Tipperary and Cork. Referee will be John Dermody from Westmeath, and we're looking at the Tipperary crew go through their final warm-up. So we'll give you the Tipperary team, which lines out as per programme. Will start with Caoimhe Burke from the Drummond Inch Club, not too far away from us here. She will be in goal. Julianne Burke of Borrisalee, which is just down the road a little bit from us on our left-hand side as we look at the pitch. Clodagh Quirk, the junior captain of Clonouty Rossmore, and outside her clubmate Emer Lockman. Then in the half-back line, it's Corinne Blair of Cashel Cormac's, Thurles Sarsfield's Karen Kennedy, returning, of course, to the Tipperary set-up this year, and Kieran Marr from Burgess to O'Hara. She's out on the left wing. At centre field, then, it's Theresa Ryan from Borrisalee and Casey Hennessy from Clonouty Rossmore. The half-forwards made up of Roisin Howard of Clare, Maria Deveston of Drummond Inch, and Caoimhe Marr of Burgess to O'Hara. And then the full-forward line of Grace O'Brien, Nina Erogue, Drummond Inch's Emer McGrath, who's in a good vein of form so far in this league, and Courtney Ryan from Clonouty Rossmore. They are the Tip team. They, of course, managed by Dennis Kelly, man who was part of the backroom team with Bill Mullaney and that over the last number of years, and now taking on the front spot. We turn to Cork. They're coming here today, of course, on the back of wins over Dublin and Clare, significant enough victories, and they've made one change. That comes in the half-back line where Pamela Mackey's fitness sees her ruled out today, and she's replaced, of course, by no less of a player than Hannah Looney. So the full team is then from Cork. Amy Lee of Napirsig will be in goal. It's Maeve Murphy of Balnora, Libby Coppinger of St. Columns, and St. Finbarr's Maeve Cahalan is in the full back line. Then the half back line made up there of Hannah Looney. Laura Tracy Akilla is at centre back, and Laura Hayes of St. Catherine's is out on the left wing. At centre field, then Saoirse McCarthy, Courcey Rovers, and her clubmate Fiona Keating. Then it's Izzy O'Regan of Ballygarvan, Killis Chloe Sigerson, and Cleena Healy of Ahabullock is in the left wing forward position. And the full forward line then, where a lot of damage has been caused for Cork so far, it's Amy O'Connor, the captain of St. Vincent, St. Finbarr's Orla Cahalan, and Saoirse McCartan of St. Finbar. So that the Cork team, managed of course by Matthew Toomey, and we got to hear from both managers for the game. Joining me on commentary, busy woman this afternoon, Geraldine Canaan.
How you doing, Killian?
How are things?
Good now.
Looking for action here today. This is a right, 6-pointer. It's a humdinger. Whoever really wins out with this, you're guaranteed essentially a league final spot.
Yeah, and there's a feel about it really today. Good crowd after gathering. Conditions are great for Camogie, and I think both managements have kind of gone with their strongest starting 15 really. And like you said, you'd nearly have one foot in a league final if you can come away with the points here.
As we pause for Oran Naveen. We're just about to get up and ready for action in. The last few words from both managements, and back to you, Geraldine. Realistic, as you said, both teams coming in here as full strength as they can be probably at this time of year.
Yeah, I think so, and definitely from a Tip point of view, it looks like they've kind of gone with the best 15 that they have available to them from what they've seen in the two opening games. Cork look very impressive, 2 very good wins over Dublin and Clare, putting up big scores like we have known Cork to do, I suppose, this time of the year. So Tip would definitely have to be at their best here today, and start well and curtail, I suppose, that running Cork attacking force, and it should be a right good cracker of a game,
Yeah, judging by, if we're to look at both teams, of course, had significant victories over Dublin, probably Cork, just about getting the nod on the basis of what they did to them the first day out. Yeah,
look, in terms of what the scoring margins, Cork very impressive winners over Dublin, and while Tipperary struggled for parts of that game, I think in the end they were convincing winners, but definitely not putting up the big score that Cork did. So definitely. And I suppose I know Tip beat Cork in the championship last year, but that was, Cork were through at that stage. Just Cork have had the upper hand of Tip for the last 10 years, you could say. So this would be a massive victory for Tip if they were to win here. But definitely Cork would be strong favourites in my eyes anyway.
Yeah, so we'll wait and see how it goes anyway. So Tip will be attacking the goal to our right, the scoreboard end here at the Rag, as John Dermody gets ready to throw the ball in, just making sure everyone is in position, and goalkeeper and any other administrators are off the field of play now at this moment in time. We're just gone to half-3 mark, and it is, of course, the Very Ireland National Camogie Leagues Division 1 clash between Munster rivals Cork and Tipperary. And straight away it's Casey Hennessy, who had a fine day the last day getting on that ball, but well, she's given it away very, very easily, and it's fallen in the middle, but she's back in there to take that ball away from Fiona Keating. Bit of a ruck now forming there just in the middle. The two number 8s coming to blows, but driving straight through. Hannah Looney's got a point in each game so far that she's played in the league, looking to still go, and she's in for Pamela Mackey. Pamela, of course, returning to the Cork setup this year after a little bit of time away, but unfortunately not able to be lining out today. But Cork trying to keep it going here with Chloe Sigerson. Ball drops on. Tip looking to break out with it now. And it's an opportunity to send it into the corner by Roisin Howard, but it's cut out there by Laura Tracy. The killer player stepping back around. Looked like she might have overstepped it, but gets it back to Amy Lee. Amy lets it drop, and it is a lovely dry day here, spring day, but it is cold. And I imagine it's going to be significant on the hands. You're trying to catch that slither. Ball down along the wing here now, trying to keep it in play. Cliona Healy takes it out around 3 Tipperary players there, but it's taken on now by Emer McGrath. Got 6 points in the opening round win against Dublin. Blocked down there by Cliona. Somehow when she was looking for a free, though, was the Tipperary player, that of course was Emer McGrath. But ball breaks here now, and McCarthy looking to send it inside. Saoirse McCartan, two of them of course are involved in that MTU Cork victory in the Purcell Cup. Ball breaks now. Cliona Healy been on a lot of ball in the early stages now, looking to get inside her markers, has the advantage. Corinne Blair had to let her go, shot at the post. It's going to be called back for the free in, and it looks like Amy O'Connor is going to come across and take it. So Saoirse McCarthy doing very well there and relieving that duty.
Yeah, Cliona Healy showing her danger there already, even though Corinne Blair was very tight on her. She still managed to get past her and get the shot off, but it's come back now for a free.
So Amy O'Connor 1-7 against Dublin, 1-8 against Clare. She stands over this now. Amy O'Connor lets it roll off and splits the upright right over the black spot. Good score for Amy O'Connor. Yeah,
bread and butter stuff there for Amy O'Connor. Top class player, top class free taker, and has Cork off the mark.
Yeah, so just coming up on 3 minutes gone. And it's that point to no score then. Cliona Healy heavily involved in that along with Saoirse McCarthy as the ball breaks over on this side, trying to get Roisin Howard on the ball, but it's Laura Tracy that comes across and didn't play the first day against Dublin, back in of course the last day, and plays a lovely ball into the middle, and it's a chance for Laura Hayes to open up the arms and the legs and get going. Plays it down into the corner where O'Connor is trying to get a touch on it there out in front of her marker Claudia Kirk, the joint captain of this Tipperary Camogie team. Plays a ball to Saoirse McCartan. Here's a shout inside. She could give it to Keating, she could give it to Looney. She goes for her own score. It'd be some score if she gets it, but it's out to the right and wide. Long distance effort from Saoirse McCartan.
Yeah, just wasn't much in that. Would have been a top class score like you said, but just Tipperary were glad to see that it just went wide.
So puck out to come from Caoimhe Burke, of course a former All-Star nominee. She's keeping of course a former All-Star on the bench in Anya Slattery. Not too bad when you have goalkeepers at that standard. Tipperary, a free and advantage being allowed here now as an opportunity for Tip to come on the attack, trying to play it inside towards Grace O'Brien. Ball might break here though, looking to pick it up. Emer McGrath stepping around left and right. Advantage was being given there as well. Caoimhe Marr, opportunity maybe for a shot at the post, and have they got the leveller they have out of very little, they really have worked that quite well to be able to get that shot off for Grace O'Brien.
Yeah, great score by Grace O'Brien. In fairness to Grace, she's very good to pick up a few points in every game, so first really chance on the ball and straight away over the bar. Tip will be happy with that.
Happy with that. Oh, very little really that they were able to manufacture that, but Grace O'Brien and Amy O'Connor right down here in front of us trying to win the race. Ciara Marr now of course playing with her sister on this team, being tracked there by Saoirse McCartan, being over there as well. Chloe Sigerson looking to get in there, looked to come off for a hurl, and the lineswoman is giving it to Cork ball though, because it got a last touch off of the number 7 there, Ciara Marr, and it's going to be Sigerson taking it quickly, but John Dermody looking for it to go back.
We had a good game here earlier, Killian, Division 2B, but straight away you can see really step up in class and standard and pace and everything. Two top class senior teams going at it here.
Also in Division 1, to let you know that Kilkenny beat Dublin by 6 points, 17 points to 11. So it looks like Dublin, their time in Division 1 is on borrowed time, if you want to call it that now, after 3 heavy losses. Although probably today a better performance. So Saoirse McCartan getting the touch on this, but not a great connection. And the ball breaks in favour of Tip, looking to break out with it. It was a good bit of play there by Julianne Burke, and helping her out there now. Roisin Howard comes inside. Good experienced player, of course, Roisin. Very tight to that sideline, though. It's asking a lot there for it to be kept in play by Emer McGrath. She got a touch on it. I thought it came off a Cork player. The lineswoman, though, is saying it's a Cork ball. I have to say, from here, I thought that was a tip ball, in fairness.
I think it might have come off Emer's foot just at the last second, the wrong time, but she has it back now anyway. She
has it back. Emer McGrath stepping in there, looking to play it into the middle now, into a spot maybe expect her to be, but I do know this Tipperary tactic is to play an inside forward line of 2 players, so interested to see how that'll continue to work here in this game. But it's a lively enough start here. The 2 number 8s coming to blow us there, and it's McCarthy that gets the shot off, but looking to charge in on it here now might be Karen Kennedy. There's a bit of a coming together, and it's a Cork ball, and Hannah Looney, in fairness, the meat in the sandwich there, and she's come off the worst a little bit, and a little bit of a bang across the leg will need a little bit of attention.
Yeah, in fairness, Crean Blair came out like a train there, and I suppose her player Cleena Healy had gone inside, so lucky didn't break to her, but it's probably a bit over aggressive in the tackle there, and it's going to be a Cork free now.
Cork free that looks like Chloe Sigerson is going to take this from distance. Do know Saoirse McCartan has been taking a few for Cork as well in the opening rounds. Maybe this just beyond Amy and Saoirse, and we do know Chloe has this in her locker. So roughly on the halfway line, as you look here, good angle to see, and it's got a good connection on it. It's rising towards that goal. Is it dropped inside the upright? It has, and that's a good score from Chloe Sigerson.
Yeah, great free there from Chloe, great player, and well, they have to take those free from distance, so Cork take the lead now, 2 points to 1. 2
points to 1. So tit for tat at the moment here in the rag as the ball breaks over on the far side. Laura Hayes came for that and just overcooked it a little bit, and the ball now is played in quickly here. O'Brien looking to take it down. Good little bit of a battle between herself and Cahalan. Cahalan could have fouled her there, but O'Brien is getting away, gets a hand pass off. Could be a shot coming in here from McGrath. It's up and over the bar. Good score, and Grace O'Brien has really roared into this game.
Yeah, she did very well there. You know, she obviously not the tallest player, but took it down lovely off the hurley and used all her strength to hold on to the ball, and in the end it fell to Emer McGrath and she finished it well. But very impressive there by Cueva Maher as well, who started the initial attack.
Ball is won in the middle of the field here by Tip. We're starting to get a little bit of a foothold there as the ball breaks over on the far side now, where it's looking to take into possession Libby Coppinger, but it's taken off her and it could be hooked around for a score, but the chance is gone a begging for Tipperary. Chance missed there by Roisin Howard. It would have put Tip in front.
Yeah, Roisin was disappointed there, was well off the target, but such a busy player, hard working player, but she'd have liked to have gotten the scoreboard there, and all those chances will count here.
Amy Lee, not a great puck out there, and a chance to return it there by Grace O'Brien, and well, you'll take all those presents all day, won't you?
Yeah, certainly a very poor puck out there and uncharacteristic of Amy, and Grace was alive to it and made no mistake.
Just goes to show you the Tip movement there in the forwards. I have to say that Amy Lee just doesn't seem to have an option at the minute. Puck out comes long now, is coming here into the direction of Saoirse McCarthy. The Courcey Rovers player steps inside and gets away easily from Casey Hennessy. Flights a lovely ball in towards O'Connor. Looking to bat it down though to try and keep an eye on it, but the ball breaks and it's going to be a chance for the Tip defence out to break out with it. Chance got a begging by Cork there. Tip just seem to have the numbers at the moment, but Looney looking to get over there now and keep this ball in action.
Yeah, Tipperary's Mairead Evison, I suppose, more suited to used to seeing her in the half back line. She's playing down for centre forward, but she seems to be playing in the back as an extra player.
As this ball is played inside, and it's Grace O'Brien on the top of the D again. She can do no wrong. Grace O'Brien in the opening 9 minutes. I think she had 3 from 3, and that's a cracking effort.
Yeah, and look, it's working for Tip that, you know, we seem to have an extra defender, but there's lots of space in there inside, and they're taking out the spare Cork player, landing in front of Grace O'Brien. Her touch is top class there today. She's 3 points from play already.
Absolutely, and she's not the biggest player, there's no question about that, but she's got big scores at the moment here for Tip, and they lead now by 4 points to 2. As Cork now trying to work it down the line here. Cleany Healy trying to get in the direction of Amy O'Connor. But it's at the moment now, it definitely Mairead Evanston is lording things back there at the minute. But that ball gone astray. Cork trying to turn it in, Cahalan trying to get it forward, and it breaks away, and it's going to be a Tip sideline ball. And Mairead is just sitting in that pocket at the moment, and everything just seems to be coming to her, like, a bit like a magnet.
Yeah, look, she was wing back for Tip last year. She started centre forward against Dublin, but down for centre forward here, but playing back as an extra defender there, and it's working in Tip's favours so far anyway.
Yeah, and despite the fact that Tip have less forwards, they are the ones that are in front by 4 points to 2. As this ball played down along the line here, trying to keep that ball in the play there. It was Maeve Cahalan, but it's out, and it's going to be taken by Emer McGrath. Already has a point to her name. All of Tip's scores have come from play. 3 from Grace O'Brien on 4, 8 and 9, and in between all that, Emer McGrath got a score. The 2 Cork scores came from frees from Amy O'Connor and Chloe Sigerson. Ball is played inside. Not a great ball, read well by Hayes, and looks to play it out here now to McCarthy. McCarthy has an opportunity to open up again. Looking to play a nice little dicky ball over into the corner now. Looking to get a touch. A nice touch from Orla Cahalan. Looking to get inside. Has to spin back around after losing. Oh, she's got away this time. Cahalan now bearing down in goal. Opportunity. Back of the net. Great goal, you'd have to say. Left it behind her a little bit. Had to recover. Took it on when she got inside. There's only one thing in her mind.
Yeah, definitely only one thing on her mind there, and a well taken goal by Orla Cahalan. But again, a lot of it came from Saoirse McCarthy, who's definitely on top there, middle of the field, winning her duel with Casey Hennessy so far, and she created that goal chance.
1-2 to 4 points then it is on the scoreboard, and that goal coming there from Orla Cahalan. Might be a young player, but she's joining her sister on the team here today, and is nailed down maybe an opportunity to be considered for the remainder of this league as a charge it forward now. Cork buoyed by that goal. Izzy O'Regan shortening the grip, looking to play it, but it's going to be kept in play and moved on here by Cueva Burke. An opportunity now to get in behind the retreating Cork backline. Ball is down here into the middle. There again is Laura Hayes looking to get on it, and looking to charge away though is the Tipperary number 12 Cueva Marr. Looking to play a ball towards O'Brien, but they seem to have maybe Cork just getting to grips with her there. Coppinger did enough, but it's back out towards Theresa Ryan, one of the newer players in this Tip team. Played to O'Brien again. She's going to have another shot, but Coppinger is there to be able to block it down. Try to be helped up by Tracy. Ball is still with opportunity for Tip to build on it. A free in, says the referee. Ryan is trying to drive forward with it there. Advantage she continues to play, but eventually going to call it back as a chance for Tip from a place ball to level it up here.
Yeah, great play there by Theresa Ryan there in the middle of the field. She would have been on this senior team a couple of years ago, went away to Australia for a couple of years, but you'd think she was never away the way she settled back into up to the pace of Championship Inter-County Camogie.
Well, fair play to her. Obviously the sun in Australia can work wonders too. With Theresa back here then, as you said, from the Borsallee club, doing quite well there, and opportunity here for Tip now to level this up. So
this will be an important score for Tip if it goes over. Just Cork, after getting that goal and the last attack there, they can do that to you. They can get a grip on the game and turn the screw very quickly. So
Emer McGrath should have got that now up and over the bar. You'd imagine she knows those goal posts quite well. Her second point of the day, and there is 13 minutes gone here, and it's exactly what you wanted. It's practically a championship game here in this third round of the league. The Very Camogie League Division 1A Round 3 clash between Cork and Tip. It's level pegging after 13 minutes, 5 points to 1-2. The goal came, a great goal from Orla Cahalan. Hannah Looney trying to keep that ball away from Theresa Ryan. Theresa Ryan battling out with Laura Hayes and then getting in to snaffle it away and pick it up as it looked like Emer McGrath playing that ball forward, trying to get a bat on it. There was Roisin Howard. Ball might fall, but it's Cork are coming out with it. The red jerseys flowing out now at this opportunity. Hayes looking to play it across, Tracy looking to play it across here in the direction of Chloe Sigerson, but the ball is being broken up there. Getting in there to try and win it up though was Maeve Murphy. Has to pirouette around now and give this ball off. Very, very tight now as Tracy's another opportunity. Laura Tracy to play this ball forward. Might work out and fall into the hands here of Cleona Healy, but she left it behind her a little bit. An opportunity for Karen Kennedy to play the ball out. Nice intelligent ball down here towards Emer McGrath. Looking to step around now. Kennedy, we got a goal, of course, in the opening round game for Tipperary, up to help out and support here, but the ball was played back, a little bit too much purpose on it, and it's Saoirse McCartan now to pick it up, looking to get inside Theresa Ryan, coming down along the sideline here now, the former down player looking to play it inside, trying to get Amy O'Connor on the ball, but she's well read there by Emer Lockman, got a little bit of a shove, but trying to get in there, Orla Cahalane, O'Connor looking to get in, but it's Everson looking to dig it out, trying to get in there as well. Is Cahalane again, Everson still there, O'Connor getting in there as well, looking to jink and jive on it, opportunity maybe to stick a leg in there, Corinne Blair also. Ball is on the ground, it's a bit of a scrum form, and John Dermody happy to let it play on. A Tip looking to get out, and it's a easy foul given away there, and it's well played Julianne Burke at the end of all that.
Yeah, great battles here all over the field, you know, it really is 50-50 game at the moment. We see Karen Kennedy coming out, playing a lovely ball down to Emer McGrath, but Cork defence then stood up tall and back down at the other end of the field as quickly. So Caoimhe Burke now with this free.
Caoimhe Burke doesn't catch it that particularly well, falls into the middle. She got to get back on her goal now. Is this ball an opportunity to get inside with Sigerson, playing it into the corner now, looking for a little bit of a roll off of Amy O'Connor. She can roll that shoulder quite well. She settles back on her left hand side, floats it up and over the bar. Did that very, very well. You'd have to say though, the free from Tip, that's really what's set up that score for Cork.
Yeah, misstruck free there by Caoimhe Burke, and that's what Cork do. They punish your mistakes, and no better woman than Amy O'Connor. I think that's her second point there today, one from play and one from free.
Quarter of an hour gone and Cork are back in front. It was 4-2, then the goal, now it's 1-3-5. That goal, as he said, Orla Cahalane, worth the admission price alone, the way she took it. As this ball breaks up around the centre half back position, and it's Tip looking to charge forward. Caoimhe Marr got 1-2 the last day, looking to scoop this over the bar, but it's into the hands and the grateful arms of Amy Lee, and she plays intelligent enough ball out to the wing, but is it asking Laura Hayes? No. Hayes is able to make it there now. Opportunity maybe to drive forward now. Looking for a little bit of width here, the Cork management, as this ball is played long and high, keeping it in high and it in the sky. Looking to drop down on top of Cahalane. She rolls up. O'Connor is in there. O'Connor could have a chance. Oh, lovely hook from Evanston. Just when Amy O'Connor, I'm sure, was thinking the ball was going to bellow into the back of the net. Good hook by Evanston.
Yeah, all your money would have been on Amy O'Connor to bury that one once she peeled away from her player, from Emer Lukeman, but Mairead Evanston just getting back at the right time.
Hayes underneath this ball, looking to give it to McCarthy, nearly slipped into a clothesline there, but she was judged to have been fouled there by Roisin Howard. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, really. Howard committed, and so was McCarthy, but it's going to be a free opportunity here now for Cork. 1-3-5, very vocal Cork management here, as you can hear beside us, live from the rag for this Very Ireland Camogie League Division 1A round 3 encounter. Whoever wins, you would feel, will be in that league final. Sigerson already got a long range effort already, dropping this in. Burke is coming all the way out, bats it away, didn't do a great job on it. Ball might work for O'Connor, was out snapping away at that very, very quickly. Fiona Keating trying to get it, lost it, and Tip of a chance out to break out with Keirdre Marr. Marr driving it over to the left hand side, but no one really there. Got to be reading it now. Laura Tracy being tracked down now all the way. Got to be careful as Courtney Ryan made the moves to get out there and win that ball. With Sigerson down along the line now, looking for a move out. Cahalane has 3 Tip jersey. Oh, taking a bit high there, and that could spell a little bit of danger now. Referee is going to want to talk to, was it Karen Kennedy?
Yeah, Karen Kennedy. Clumsy tackle there by Karen.
Just looking at that going in. Cahalane, oh, Karen Kennedy. Referee has done the needful, he seems. Just looking at the replay, it looks a little bit worse maybe, but that hurl was definitely in over the neck and the shoulder, and I'm sure once Cahalane felt that she was going to hit the deck.
You see the tip backs are under a bit of pressure there because the clearances are going to the free Cork player, and you know that's the danger when you're playing with a forward less inside.
And it was working so well in the opening 7-8 minutes with Grace O'Brien, but Cork seem to have curtailed that now at the minute.
Cork bring great intensity to the game.
Yeah, Amy O'Connor with that score from tight enough angle puts the ball over the bar for her third of the game.
2-point lead now for Cork, 1-4 to 5 points.
Yeah, so that 2-point lead now, most of Cork have had. Tip had a 2-point lead, we led 4-2, and then as he said, that goal from Orla Cahalane, ball breaks now, trying to get on it there was Cleena Healy, but the ball might work out. Saoirse McCartan tried to get in there as well, but Julianne Burke being urged to give it back. Mairead Evanston has support from Corinne Blair. Evanston taking it on, though, on a bit of a run, being tracked by Cleena Healy, but she's getting away from her, and she drives it forward now. Evanston down into the corner, ball to nothing, but O'Brien might turn it into something. Wins the race there, looking to get inside, plays the ball back out, but it's well played by her marker, of course, Maeve Cahalane picking up the duty there now at the minute. Was it her Libby Coppinger? And looks like Dennis Kelly just looking at the hand signal he made. There might be a change on the Tip team about to happen. Be interested to see who he's going to think of. But Tip have an opportunity down the far end. 1-4
yeah, Mairead's clearance there. I was going to say asking a lot of Courtney Ryan, but I suppose Grace O'Brien came out of nowhere and came across, but very little you can do in the corner there. But she won herself a line ball.
Ball is played in. It's a dangerous enough one if someone got a flick on it, but the ball has gone out to the right and wide. But this Tip team under Dennis Kelly playing well, and a team, of course, that have no Cottevan or Mary Ryan as this ball is caught over on the far side now. Opportunity maybe to open up the legs and drive forward here. Saoirse McCartan would fancy the crack from long distance. She's got a great strike behind that. That's a fabulous score from the former Down All-Ireland Intermediate winner. Now, of course, firmly established in Cork. Puts that ball over the bar and it drives out that gap a bit more.
Yeah, another well taken score there by Saoirse. She's used power in her strike and had plenty on that there. Corinne Blair now just looks to be down injured here for Tip.
Yeah, so I wonder was that part of the change. I don't know whether they were worrying about the player on the line, but again, you'd have to credit Cork seem to have got to grips with the tactic of Tipperary. You know, that Grace O'Brien realistically hasn't been able to feel the weight of the ball in the last 10 minutes.
No, it's we haven't even seen much ball go in, but I think the Cork midfielder on top there, especially Saoirse McCarthy there, number 8, I think a lot of the attack is stemming from her there in the middle of the field, and just looking there whether Roisin Howard is going to go over and pick her up. I think Casey Hennessy just been switched off over to the wing, and Roisin Howard is gone in there on number 8, because definitely she's having much of influence in the game from a Tip's point of view.
Ball down into the middle now where it breaks, and it could go anyway, but it's Laura Tracy that gets in there to try and win that ball from a Cork point of view. But it looks like Tip have got it back somehow, coming moseying through. It looked like a bit of a charge there by Cueva Mar, but the ball is allowed to play on, and coming forward, bursting like a train. Ball is across to O'Brien, trying to pull it the first time. It's underneath Amy Lee. She has to get up off her hunkers and try and get this ball away, but she stayed big, and then she's kind of crashed into a little bit, and was it Theresa Ryan came on to that ball late, and then she played it across, and O'Brien pulled it the first time, just didn't get a great connection. Yeah,
great play again by Theresa Ryan, boring a goal chance out of nothing really there across to Grace, and I suppose she didn't connect on it properly, but it was probably, could she have caught it, I wonder, and taken a shot maybe instead? I'm not sure.
True, but she maybe saw the goal open on that far side. It's Cleena Healy underneath this, but it's Corinne Blair that wins this ball, looking to play it down the wing. Hook on her by Healy, and ball away, and it's going to be a Cork ball. And credit to Cleena Healy after losing the ball to try and win that back, disrupt her marker as much as possible. Opportunity to get a move here. Just interesting, Saoirse McCartan being tracked by 2 players at the moment. There's sideline cut by Saoirse McCarthy into the middle. Could have been great, but it was well spotted by Cueva Mar. Mar now getting ball back from Casey Hennessy. Long distance ball, but it's led off there from a Tip point of view, and it's a bad wide.
Yeah, well wide there by Cueva Mar. Could have done better there, nobody on her.
So it remains 1-5. It was 4 points to 2, and that'll tell you where the last quarter has gone from a Cork point of view. They're in the ascendancy. Tip now just struggling to stick with them at the moment, as Hannah Looney in this team, the only change from a Cork point of view for Pamela Mackey, as this ball driven down into the corner, asking a lot maybe of Amy O'Connor to be able to get to that, but Emer Lockman struggling to get possession, and she's brought it over the line. The linesman, or the umpire I should say, has put his hand up for a 45, and
yeah, Emer just under pressure there from the Cork forward and funded over the end line, so gifting a Cork, I suppose, another point here. It
just goes to show you, though, the pressure maybe that players are under out there, Geraldine, that even just a little basic little thing can be a slip.
Yeah, a serious intensity and tempo to the game, real championship feel to it at the moment.
So Amy O'Connor standing over this is her 4th strike at goal, 1 from play, 2 frees already, this a 45. Got a 45 in the game the last day against Clare. And the drive this ball forward, gets nice height on it. Has she pulled it though a little bit? She has, I think, according to the umpire. No!
He's gone for the
the
flag.
way he was looking there for a minute, I was waiting the 2 hands. That's a fabulous score. And it's up and over the bar. Another great score from Amy O'Connor.
Yeah, Tip management will be looking for a response here now. Could work with the puck out to Teresa Ryan.
Yeah, need something here now, Tip, because as we said, only 1 point in the last 14 minutes of play by my count, if I remember rightly. Just checking my notes here quickly when we were stopping play. They got a point on 13 minutes. Yeah, so 11 minutes all told. Chasing this matter a little bit. So opportunity inside now maybe for Fiona Keating to get away, holding off her marker, dropping it in and over the bar. And Fiona Keating got 2 the last day, got 1 against Dublin, and she's got a point here against Tip. Just came in late there on that move.
Yeah, she looks to have ghosted in there from midfield. Nobody tracked her and finished off that move well there.
Here we go. Go on, Order. You're there now, Order. Keep going here now, Tina. Go to Amy O'Connor. Go to Amy. Good pressure.
Queever going short to Clodagh, and Clodagh with the clearance down.
Clodagh down with it down here and looking to get on it though again is Laura Tracy. Laura Tracy looking to play the ball across into the middle and does it well. Hannah Looney laying a low ball now in here towards Amy O'Connor. Connor gets a touch and gets a nudge in the back, but is able to maintain, or I should say Orla Cahalan got a touch and it, give it back. Gerard looking for maybe a throw there, but the ball is allowed to continue. Saoirse McCartan down into the corner now, trying to drive on, and it there is Cliona Healy. Healy's shortening the grip, putting it towards the near upright and over the bar, and Cork are in a bit of a flow.
Yeah, I think if I was Tip management now, I'd be getting worried. You know, Cork having all the possession. Tipperary can't even seem to get a hand on them there at the moment. There's Cork players running from all angles, and I'd say Corinne Blair's been told to go down for a second. Maybe Tip trying to make a few switches and stop the flow of this Cork team. I don't think the ref is having too much of it.
No, with Corinne Blair, is that her second time that she was maybe down, and physio has taken her to the line anyway. And I wonder, is there going to be a change? So strong push now from Cork here in the last quarter of an hour thereabouts, and has opened up a significant lead. As I said, came from 4-2 down to now lead 1-8-5.
And looks like Mary Ryan is coming in here now for her
first game of the season.
Yeah, coming in there for Corinne Blair.
Oh, good to see Moll back. Great servant of Tipperary Camogie. And Tip holding on to this ball now, getting an opportunity, and John Dermody given the free, and Courtney Ryan was the one that won that. So a chance from distance here now for Emer McGrath. It's a long way out, but again, she's a long ball specialist. She should be able to have a crack at this anyway.
I have to apologise to Corinne there. I thought maybe it was a bit of tactics going down injured, but she actually is injured and she's gone off there now. So I thought maybe Tip were just slowing up the game there, but she looks to be getting treatment there now. So
yeah, it looks like her left hamstring at the
she'll
moment.
Be disappointed as she's been going well for Tip so far this year. New player in there at wing back.
So a shot coming in from Emer McGrath. That's a good score and something that Tip badly needed.
Yeah, great score from distance there from Emer. Great free taker, and like you said, it was badly needed. Still 5 points in it though.
Yeah, 5 points in it, and of course the top of the table clash, and you know, Cork coming up here laying down the credentials maybe for the league title, and maybe later as well, as Cork looking to drive in here, but Tip looked to have disrupted it, and the ball was played away on, not on the ground, but an illegal hand pass. I suppose Laura Hayes was kind of pleading that she was fouled and hitting the ground, but anyway, Emer McGrath out here just over the halfway line to take this. No breeze, wind, anything of real juncture. There is a small little bit of a blow every so often, but I wouldn't call it significant. It's
very calm day, unusual enough here for the County Camogie grounds. It can be very windy on a calm day, but great chance here for Emer now to extend her personal tally.
Some effort. That is some effort. Oh, up and over the bar. Great score. Emer McGrath now settling Tip's nerve a little bit. 2 in the bounce. Yeah,
Tip needed that. 2 scores in a row from Emer. Like you said, great to have a player who can take frees like that from distance like that. And she's playing with real confidence this year and cool out taking that free.
Absolutely. And we would have seen her, of course, with Drummond Inch in the club scene. As this ball is taken in the middle. by Cork's number 8, Saoirse McCarthy, the captain, of course, of that MTU Cork Personal Cup winning team. But it's been turned over and it's driving on here. Teresa Ryan is just slaloming her way through here at the minute. Opportunity maybe to offload here. Kennedy has come up in support. There could still be a little bit of a kick here in Tip before the end of this game now. Going to ask a few questions of Cork just before the half-time break. Ball is inside towards Teresa Ryan again. 3 Cork jerseys around, trying to get in there and help out Karen Kennedy, looking to use some of her physical strength to get that ball away. Might roll for a Tip player, but it's well read by Looney, looking to bat that ball out, and she does. Out here to the middle of Sigerson, gets the hand pass off somehow. Hayes looking to kick it on, hits the deck. No fouls, says John Dermody. That was a bit iffy there as that ball breaks in the middle, and he's going to throw the ball in here. 1-8-7. It's Grace O'Brien then who got that first 3 scores for Tipperary in the opening 9 minutes, and she could do no wrong in that stage, but Cork got to grips with her as this ball got all the way in. Kennedy was coming in, but Amy Lee had to be careful. Being tracked there now by Courtney Ryan as the ball find Rose head, as you would have any keeper when that pressure is coming on. And Tip now just mounting a bit of pressure. Yeah, look,
Teresa Ryan and Karen Kennedy doing all they can certainly to get scores there at the opposite end, driving forward, showing all their fitness to get up the field. And Karen in no rush to come back down. She's been well covered there, I suppose, by Clodagh and Mairead, and eager to try and get a score.
Yeah, well, she got a goal, of course, against Galway in that 4-9-1-9 victory that was here in the Rag. That's probably set out a little bit of a surprise warning to anyone that was writing off Tip maybe for 2023. As Emer McGrath gets this cut, driving it in towards that far post, but it's well taken there by the Cork defence, and opportunity Hannah Looney looked to get the hand pass. I thought she was fouled and trying to get that away, but again it's a bit of a ruck there on the ground, and John Dermody's going to throw it in. So Tip keeping the pressure on now, a bit of a gegen pressing going on here. Cork just struggling to get the ball out of their defence now at the moment. Ball goes through the first 2 players now, and it's Hannah Looney that's there though to give it back to Coppinger. Coppinger now looking to buy a bit of ground, gets out on the far side, gets a nice ball to Hayes. Hayes a flick inside, asking a lot of Tracy, but she got it, and Hayes gets it back now. Chance to deliver, but she goes into the middle. Maybe the ball was down the wing, was the right one. Ball is flicked away there by the Tipperary sub, of course, to come in, Mary Ryan, but it's been won back. Saoirse McCarthy now looking to drive on. Got a bit of a nudge there from Karen Kennedy, but she tried to offload the pass. Falls back out here to McCarthy, well able to take her own score, but she drops a lovely dinky ball inside to Cahalan. Time to settle. O'Connor's with her, gives it to Amy over the head, and maybe Cahalan should have taken her own score. Ball breaks on the 45. Still there on the bit of a deck. Cahalan and O'Connor trying to disrupt it from a Cork point of view, but Tip with Emer Lockman take it out and drive it down far side. Looking to get in there and win it. It looked like trying to be big there was Courtney Ryan, but it's been turned over by the Cork defence again, and looking to drive out with it is Laura Tracy. Down along the wing it goes, left by Sigerson and trying to get it towards McCartan, but it's the Tip defence that are there looking to keep it in play. Did very well there, Ciara Mar, to keep that ball in, but the referee decides he's seen enough, and with 32 minutes gone on the clock, 1-8-7 is the half-time score. Tip, Dennis Kelly will be worried by 1 or 2 things, probably buoyed by the fact that they finished stronger there.
Yeah, definitely Cork seemed to get on top there, I suppose, midway through the first half, but I think Tip would be definitely happy with the last 5 or 6 minutes, back up to the pace of the game again, and like you said, got 2 points on a bounce there, 2 crucial scores, but I suppose Cork deservingly ahead here at half time, and look very dangerous coming forward there, like Amy O'Connor, Circa McCartan, Orla Cahalan, all look very dangerous there in the full forward line, but I think Tip will be happy enough there at half time, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few changes too, maybe freshen up in the forwards, just because they need to get a few more scores. 7 points obviously won't get you too far in any game.
Yeah, now we do know that obviously Dennis has brought in this tactical play that have been, it seems to have made a difference against Galway, a difference against Dublin. Cork seem to have worked it out here in the opening quarter, and getting that clean ball in towards the likes of Courtney, Emer, Grace, whoever might be up there. Roisin Howard has gone very quiet in the last few minutes as well, to get those players on the ball.
Yeah, like Courtney worked very well against Galway, but she stayed right in near to the goals. I suppose she's kind of been dragged and pulled around the place too, which probably mightn't suit her as much. But like I said there, Laura Tracy, I suppose, has definitely got to grips with being the free player there at centre back, and she's picked up a lot of ball. I mentioned her a few times, but I'm really impressed with Saoirse McCarthy there in the midfield there. She really is the link between the backs and the forwards, and she's fed lovely ball into the likes of Amy O'Connor. Cork haven't taken all their chances, but they have their noses in front here, and I suppose the management, in front of us here didn't seem too happy a lot of the time, so they'll probably jig a few things around too in the second half.
Yeah, they're looking for speed. That's the one key word we're hearing here all the time. They're looking for everything being done at speed.
Yeah, just looking there, the level of fitness you have to be to play inter-county senior camogie now is unbelievable. You see the way Cork especially, they attack with such pace. The 3 or 4 runners coming off the shoulders, you don't have a second to catch your breath, you definitely don't have time to clear your ball and stand and admire it. It's coming back at you the whole time. You see Karen and Teresa then as well. The backs are expected to get up the field and support the forwards as well. It's evolved so much, I think, inter-county senior camogie to the running game, and all about speed and power and fitness, and obviously you need your touch and your hurling too, but you just, especially I think against Cork, the pace they attack at is phenomenal.
It is phenomenal, and the fact that, of course, that we're on a good pitch here in the Rag at the moment, I have to say, Ger, before we let you go, I haven't been here in a couple of years, just the way things have worked out, of course, as we know that everything went on with COVID and such like that, but you've done serious work on the grounds here in the last while. Yeah,
huge work done. In fairness, Dennis Lennon came in as chairman a couple of years ago, and I suppose it's kind of his baby to get the pitch up. He says this is our Semper Stadium, just to get it up to the level that it needs to be. You should have seen it here during the summer for the club championship. It was absolutely immaculate after a bit of work being done. This time last year a lot of work was done on it, and it was in fantastic condition there in the summer for the club championship, and it looks great out there again for what is it, the 4th of March, and if a couple of matches haven't been played on, a match played on already today, and in fairness, Ger Kennedy here as well, the groundsman, huge work. They put a lot of time and effort into looking after the pitch and getting it up to the standard it needs to be.
Yeah, well, definitely well done to everyone involved with Tip Camogie anyway, and efforts that they tried to make, of course, in having their own home here. But here anyway at half time in the Very Ireland Camogie League Division 1A round 3 clash between of course the Munster rivals Cork and Tip. As you can see on the scoreboard, it is the Rebelettes that just about lead. That goal from Orla Cahalan, how vital might that be ultimately at the end of the game? They lead here at half time in this encounter by 1-8-7.
Here we go.
To get action underway. Half-time Galway lead Clare 1-9-4. It's 1-8-7 here. 17 points to 11. Kilkenny defeated Dublin. Offaly lead Antrim 2-7-1. 2 Wexford 2-12-7 over Down. And Waterford lead Limerick 3-23-2-5. As the ball is thrown in then by John Dermody here. We'll try and give all those full-time scores at the end of the game. But here, all we're worried about is 1-8-7 points.
See, Emer Heffernan has come in there for Courtney Ryan at half-time for Tip, and Cottevan is on as well.
Yeah, Cottevan is on. It could be in an opportunity here, and there was a good bit of play there by Cuivamar. But just noticing as well, you know, it adds a little bit of size in there as well, and a bit of a target, you'd feel, Gerard, for the second half.
Yeah, it looks like Kosh has come in there for Casey Hennessy, I'd say, and Emer Heffernan has come in for Courtney Ryan, so just freshen up the forward line as well.
So they're the two changes. Looking around Cork, I don't think they have happy enough with everything that they had, as Tip now attacking the goals, of course, to her left, looking to set loose there. Roisin Howard was trying to get Grace O'Brien loose, and O'Brien looking to get inside, was fouled somehow by Chloe Sigerson. John Dermody gesticulating there if they picked them up on camera to the knee, so
probably didn't really need to foul her there either, so
yeah, she was really going anywhere, was she? Now, you never know with Grace, of course. Grace take it in along the line there very easy, but she looked like she was said out of danger, but now given an opportunity here for Emer McGrath. So Cottevan being eased back in by the Tip management into this year. Started against Dublin the last day.
Yeah, she did, and she came on a sub here against Galway and looked to be mad for action. I see Emer McGrath staying on the freeze all the same.
She puts that ball over the bar, does Emer McGrath.
Just looking there as well, I'd say Karen has come into midfield by the looks of it. Karen Kennedy. Crowley Cork seems to be centre back, so definitely Tip looking for, I suppose, to be creating more score chances when they're moving Karen up the field like that.
Yeah, something definitely happening if, as you said, they're putting down that calling card. As Tip have turned over this ball now, driving it in here towards the aforementioned Cottevan now, and a lovely take up into the hand. Gets inside Maeve Murphy. Maeve Murphy will have a different second half than first. Ball is popped inside. Grace O'Brien! Ball at the back of the net. Very quick move by Tip. 3 passes involved, but when you've Cottevan on the field, she can turn things on a sixpence, and she did. And why was Grace O'Brien standing all on her own? Yeah,
Roisin Howard there with the final pass to Grace O'Brien, and I thought Roisin was going to take a shot herself. I didn't even see Grace. I was wondering where she was going with the ball across, but lovely pass by Roisin, and great finish by Grace O'Brien, and just what Tipperary needed.
A lovely play, bit of play then, as he said, by some of the main players here on the Tip team. And they turned over, it was the turnover ball down here again, Gerard, that ultimately set that on its way, and it's a level game here. After being 4 points down in 2 minutes, they've wiped out that lead for Cork. John
I don't know why he's throwing it backwards instead of forwards, isn't it? So take this throw in again.
Yeah, throwing it in again, not fair, and definitely one for the bloopers reel if we can pick that up later on. John Dermody allowing these two teams to play, I think, in fairness. And it's another opportunity for Emer McGrath. So again, just let you know, Emer Heffernan and Cottevan in for this second half performance here. And already they've made a little bit of a difference with that goal set up by Grace O'Brien, and what a game she's having. Didn't score against Galway, scored a point against Dublin, and now has won 3 here against Cork.
A very versatile player, Grace. She played a lot of last year midfield and even the half forward line, but I like her in the full forward line because I think she's a real score getter.
Dangerous ball dropping short. Amy Lee pops overhand and trying to get in there and win it back was Devan, but ball is out over the line and wide. And from a Cork point of view, they might be a little bit worried. Amy is, I think that's the second ball she's dropped. Just shows you about how cold it might be with the hands there.
Yeah, I see even the Tip backs there rolling the shoulders and trying to keep warm there at the other end. Here's Teresa Ryan now going forward. She's had a great impact on this game today.
Yeah, absolutely. Great injection of pace, and she's still going. Somehow she's able to win the ball off 3 Cork players, and it's back there. Hayes to try and win that ball. Hannah Looney now giving it here to Laura Tracy. Tracy looking to direct the ball maybe more into the middle, but she probably should have hit the left wing. Ball has been turned over again now. Tip looking to invite a little bit of pressure now onto the Cork half back line, but they've worked it out now. Tracy with Looney looking to offload this ball, but it's in there again and winning that ball. Karen Kennedy, low ball inside now. O'Brien might be looking to get in on this ball is flicked away there.
Roisin Howard there.
Might work out. Roisin Howard, giving it to Grace O'Brien. Ball is on the deck. Back to Roisin Howard. Howard and O'Brien linking up well there. Not a great ball back out, and it might suit Saoirse McCarthy to get a touch there and give it to Maeve Cahalane. Cahalane back to McCarthy. Have to say Saoirse always seems to find herself in space. Ball played across, diagonal ball now, looking for O'Connor coming running out. Amy lets it slip, but she gets it the second time. Looking to step away from her player, and Lockman now trying to charge down. O'Connor with the strike. That's an important score for Cork. Saoirse McCarthy again, the protagonist in getting that ball moving.
Yeah, a big score for Cork there. Amy O'Connor kind of nearly left isolated on her own there inside, and showed all her tricks and skill there to eventually get around Emer Lukeman. That's no easy thing to do, and she finished off with a good score.
1-9 to 1-8 then Cork's first score of this second half after Tip shipping in with 1-1, and it's a right tight encounter between these two as this ball is played out. Crowd peeling, thinking it was a bit of a throw, but the ball is allowed to keep going, and it's a good take there by Izzy O'Regan. We haven't really seen Izzy open up the shoulders where we are now. She's still going 40-50 yards. She's made, look at the pirouette, lovely out of that. Looney nearly come onto it. Ball hits the deck, and it's a chance for Tip to build out with it here, and it's going to be coming out with it now. Emer Heffernan plays it down, a lovely ball down here towards Roisin Howard, slips a little bit, but she's able to get inside. Laura Tracy winding the ball up over towards Devan holding off Coppinger might window. Devan gets in there, gets a kick on it. O'Brien looking to come out and win it there. Cahalane is in there trying to win that ball back in there as well. Devan still looking to dig it out. Ball is still there with Cot Devan, plays a little ball out, a bit too much on it, but it might work out for Howard. Settles on this now, looking to have a shot at the post. It's over the bar. Patience personified from Tip, and they eventually got there. Yeah,
eventually got there. And again, Roisin Howard doing very well inside there. For she didn't look happy having to have been switched to midfield. She looks much more comfortable back in the forwards there, and is after getting a good score.
Amy Lee with a good ball out to Laura Hayes, taking it on the run. Good bit of play. Gets inside Theresa Ryan. Bit of a high pass there though, and it's turned over by the Tip defence. Back there was Roisin Howard, I think the point scorer winning that back, but Hayes was in there trying to win it back. That looked like a trip on the Cork player, but the ball has been turned over by Tip, and they're looking to build out again with Emer Heffernan rediverting it into Roisin Howard. Howard got a bit of a touch on the elbow there for herself, but she keeps going. Howard looking to pirouette well. She slaloms her way through. Lovely little touch on. Devan might be coming in on this. Amy Lee coming out. Devan with the shot. Lee blocks it down. Still could be there. Karen Kennedy's in there all of a sudden. Player is lying over the top of the ball. This could be a throw ball, and that was danger again. Emer McGrath getting in there.
Yeah, lovely ball played inside for Emer, and there was goal chance written all over that, but in fairness, Cork got back in numbers and defended it well. Karen Kennedy's had an influence this second half as well. She's was picking up Saoirse McCarthy, and she's also driving forward for Tip.
So chance there. Referee says there was a trip on Laura Tracy. She was coming out, and she was probably lucky. She's looking for a bit of attention now. She probably was a little bit lucky, because I thought she'd overrun it a little bit, but John Dermody felt that she was fouled, and she has a bit of a knock on the knuckles, and going to be a free here and a chance to draw a breath. 1-9 apiece, cracking game.
Yeah, great second half. The first half was very enjoyable. I think the second half was even raised another level already. Or maybe I'm showing my Tip bias there because we got the early goal. But
well, I think you're calling it fairly enough now here in this as well. So one of the mentors for Tip there maybe just looking for why the
great to have this game live streamed too, Killian. Obviously a lot of games on at the same time, and great for other counties to be able to look back on this game.
Absolutely, but you're doing great work, as you said, and yourselves here in the whole scenario. But free taken out by Saoirse McCarthy down into the corner, looking for a bit of a run, and a lovely bit of take there by Orla Cahalane. Has a bit of attention from Lockman, looking to play a ball out, gives it to Sigerson. Probably was a little bit too powerful. Chloe loses it, it's on the ground. Trying to get in there as well might be Cleena Healy. Ball breaks, looking for Tip to get on it. Healy is in there, Sigerson is on the way out, holding on to it, but it's Tip with Lockman in there trying to dig it out. It's still quite tight, and somehow coming away with it. Cleena Healy. Saoirse McCartan is there. She could give it to Looney, but it's a loose hand pass. It's a chance for Tip to break now. Bit of pace coming into this game. Right cracking encounter. 1-9 apiece. Ball is in the hands of Cottevan. Delivers it over the far side looking for McGrath. Breaks away from her, taken away by Libby Coppinger, sitting in the pocket very well. Laura Tracy plays a decent ball out towards Hayes on the far side. Hayes into the middle, McCartan on to go, Saoirse McCarthy. Lovely bit of play from Cork now. Ball is inside towards O'Connor. Lovely take, or Cahalane I should say, back over towards O'Connor. Not a great ball though, and it's cut out by the Tip defensive. It's going to be hard for her to win that ball. 2 Tip players around her. Maybe Orla should have taken on her own score, but breaking in onto that well there is Cliona Healy. Puts that ball up and over the bar. Probably Cork will be, annoyed that they didn't hit the score firstly. Tip had it then, coughed it up rather easily, and it's over the bar for Cork.
Yeah, good work rate by Cliona Healy there, showing her all her strength there as well to win the ball and shrug off the player and put it over the bar. And scores are at a premium here, and they really have to be hard earned, and that was certainly a hard earned one there. And Hannah Looney's making way here now. Not sure who came in there.
Hannah Looney is off, and number 17 Aoife Healy is in for her, and I think we're going to see another substitution as well for Cork. But it's 1-10 to 1-9, 40. 1 minute's gone on the clock here, and it's a right encounter here between these two sides. Just gone a little bit dull overhead. Hopefully the light is not affecting. I don't think it is, looking at my screen here. It's a good screen for you at home, and hopefully you're enjoying the action. What is a cracking encounter between these two juggernauts of Munster Camogie. Ball broke for Hayes, but it's well turned back by Tips number 7. And that, of course, is Ciara Mar looking to get it towards Sister Cueva.
Back again.
Giving it back. The two Mars linking up now, and they're getting away from Hayes here. Settling on it, looking to shorten the grip, and maybe just needs to offload it here. Opportunity, maybe Grace O'Brien, Roisin Howard. Howard was in there, O'Brien was in there, got a touch. Mar still has it. Ciara Mar is on it, rolled it up to herself, being surrounded by 3 Cork jerseys. John Dermody allowing the play to continue. It's in a bit of a ruck there on the ground. He eventually calls time. Ciara just ran out a little bit of road there.
Yeah, I think she ran out a bit of steam too as well. In fairness, made a great run up the field, and just the pressure the Cork put on her, she couldn't get a clean shot or even a clean pass off the second time around. So I think she'd be, with Tip point of view, be happy enough with throwing, because it could have been done for overcarrying there.
Ball is over in the clash there between Cliona Healy and Roisin Howard, putting the body on the line, but it's Cliona Healy that takes it away. Opportunity now for Saoirse McCarthy to open up the arms and drive on again, now being tracked all the way there, and the 2 players hit the deck over on that side. McCarthy gets up, down again, and being held down I thought, but Cliona Healy gets in there and takes that ball away now, over on that far side, looking to drive it in now. Cahalane had come a little bit short, and the ball went in over the top of her head, and that's going to go down as a wide miss opportunity for Cork there.
Let's go again, Cork, let's go again. Step up again now.
1-10 to 1-9, 43 on the clock, and the puck out comes from Cueva Burke.
Catch there by Cottevan.
Oh, lovely tap by Cottevan. We know she couldn't do that, of course. She's done it many a time. As this ball going to be diverted over this side of the field now, looking for a little bit of movement now with Grace O'Brien again. Overcooked that little bit, and back there to be able to dig it out was Aoife Healy, but she hit the deck there. She just went to turn inside, but she somehow gets it away to Laura Tracy, and she gets it now to Laura Hayes. Hayes into the middle. Lovely tape by Cliona Healy. Had to spin around and take that ball into her grasp and play the ball forward, but Tip now have all of a sudden a player sitting in front of the 2 inside, Amy O'Connor and Cahalane in there. Orla Cahalane, who got that great goal for Cork in that first half. Lockman locking this ball down along the wing now, looking for a little bit of movement here. Roisin Howard, but it's taken on there by Maeve Cahalane. Jumped into the tackle, I thought there. Grace O'Brien turns it over somehow. Caught the van, playing that ball across the field now. Opportunity maybe to move on this now. Emer McGrath, not really too many support around. Karen Kennedy coming steaming through, still trying to hold off the attentions there of Libby Coppinger. Ball hits the deck. Here comes Kennedy horsing through on this ball. Teresa Ryan in there as well. Opportunity for Tip maybe to get in there. Ball hits the deck, so does the player. No call by John Dermody, and a bit of a ruck forming again just on the edge of the square. Tip somehow have won it back, going to get the shot off there, and eventually opportunity to come out here with Cork, and eventually the foul is given. That could have went any way at all there, you'd feel, during the last couple of seconds.
Yeah, the place came alive here when Karen Kennedy won the ball and powered down through, but she was always going to be outnumbered there, 3 or 4 Cork players around her, and she won it back again the second time, and eventually though Cork have won the free, and defending very well there, Cork, in fairness to them. But you know, I have to say I like the way Tip are really going for it. You know, they're not sitting back, you know, trying to contain Cork. They're going for it and trying to win the game and driving forward.
Yeah. Laura Tracy is a bit of a concern for Cork. Second time she's down injured with a different injury this time. Looks like it's more around the ankle, and she seemed to be grimacing there a little bit.
Emma Murphy looks to be getting ready to come in.
Yeah, just here beside us. That's Laura Tracy, as you can see on camera, on the ground. 110 to 1-9. It was 1-8 to 7 at half time. And that Tip, well, comeback started with that goal from Grace O'Brien. It was a lovely turnover of ball, and then they worked it through the hands, and eventually was put over the bar. But Tip, as you said, taking this game to Cork here now, and not sitting back and admiring them too much.
Yeah, suppose something probably we've been guilty of in the past, but you know, maybe other years we felt didn't have the players maybe to push up when we had to sit back and try defending numbers, but really going for it here, and similar to, I suppose, the championship game last year as well.
Just give you some of the other scores. Galway League Clare 112 to 7. Earlier on, of course, Kilkenny beat Dublin 17 to 11. Waterford a big score over Limerick 324 to 2-6. Wexford have also a big score over Down 217 to 9. And full time Antrim came back to get a draw on Offaly 2-8 apiece. And Antrim, I suppose, getting out of jail a little bit there by the looks of things, because they were a good bit down in that game in Bird today. Again, just in case you didn't hear me there, 112 to 7 Galway and Clare. 17-11 Kilkenny have defeated Dublin. Waterford defeated Limerick 324 2-6. 217 to 9 Wexford over Down, and a finish in the draw between Offaly and Antrim 2-8 apiece. So 110 to 190. Asking a lot to drive on, and it's Roisin Howard, I think, getting on this ball. Going to play this ball forward now, looking for a bit of movement inside, and it's going to be Emer McGrath taking it in ahead of Coppinger on her knee on the ground, gets a ball off somehow. Coming in support there was it Cottavan there getting in? No, it was Cueva Mar, in fact, just trying to see in the stomach players. And you'd have to credit there Emer McGrath, a little bit of unselfish work, you know, took it into contact, had to offload it and got it away, and a good score there with Cueva Mar. And all of a sudden, you know, Tip are not going away here. So 48 minutes gone. There's going to be a change for Cork. Then going to be firm. The Tip player, though, down injured at the moment, I think, is Emer McGrath. And it looks like Chloe Sigurdsson has been replaced by number 19 then, Emma Murphy. Stay with it. Oh, Chloe just coming off here in front of us had a huge score there in the opening stages. It was actually keeping Cork in touch, because they were finding themselves under a bit of pressure from Grace O'Brien. But has been called ashore now. Fresh legs now just through the middle for Cork a little bit, just to see can they turn the screw here to get the points. So 12 minutes remaining. Saoirse McCartan gets a flick on that ball. Got to be alert to it. Mary Ryan is in there. Amy O'Connor, Cleena Healy. O'Connor looked to get it, but the referee said there was a foul, a push in the back, and it's going to be a free out. Another chance gone a begging for Cork, and Tip just seemed to have, moved the deck chairs around a little bit, Ger, and got the grips a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely. They'll be very happy with how the second half is going so far. I suppose the game is really finely balanced here at the moment. You imagine a goal would swing it for either side, or even a couple of scores in a row would make a big difference, but it's kind of score for score at the moment, and Cueva Burke just coming out to take the free here.
Something about the sliotar, and he's gone back in to get it, so going to be a bit of time added on, I'd say, at the end of this half. We've already had 3 or 4 stoppages, so 110 apiece, and it's still in the melting pot here.
Yeah, it really is in the melting pot. Anyone's game here.
So good free there, but taken on the run there again by Laura Tracy, and Laura not happy with the attention she got from the Tip player there, and she let her know after it, and then there was a free given further down the line. Saoirse McCarthy looking to take it quick, and Saoirse dropping it down, but the referee is calling it halt, and it was a lovely ball for Amy O'Connor, but have to reset and do it all again. Physio running in there now for Tip player.
Looks to be Mary Ryan that looks to be down actually.
Yeah, I think Mary went in there just in that ruck as that ball came in and might have just picked up a bit of a knock and all of that. So, fortunately, the out-stop-start nature in the last few minutes is killing the momentum a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it definitely has. A few injuries and a few frees. Just...
Still on to play for though, and as you said, if someone found the back of the onion sack, it would be...
Fitness could have a big role to play here now in the last 10 minutes. We'll see where both teams are in terms of fitness, or maybe a couple more players might come off the bench and swing it for one team or another.
Well, I would be thinking both managers are thinking this game has been worth nearly 2 or 3 training sessions. There's
massive free
sent in there. That would be some score. That is an unbelievable effort, but we know she has it in the locker. Saoirse McCartan, pick it out.
Yeah, super free from distance there after Chloe Sigerson had come off to be able to have someone else that can do that.
Yeah,
now Quiver with the puck out.
She got 4 points the last day against Clare, and got 2 frees, and that's a long range free now for Saoirse. She's been busy out there, or Saoirse I should say, as Laura Tracy picks up this ball, plays it into the middle, where good bit of play there by the Cork number 10 Izzy O'Regan, but pass was overcooked a little bit, and Matthew Toomey not overly happy down here in front of us with the ball, and that's flighted in by Tip there. It's a dangerous ball. Amy Lee, got to be careful, gets it down into the midriff and plays it out here towards Cahalane. That's Maeve Cahalane. Of course, 2 of them on the field today. Orla playing full forward and got a cracking goal in that first half. Laura Tracy, right side of ball, playing down into that corner, but again it's the tip sweeper that's doing it.
Yeah, Cork management not happy in front of us. That's twice Cork have cleared the ball straight to Claude Cork, the spare player, so
definitely tip of curtail that Cork movement as Ciara Marr, the no-look pass, played it backwards while looking forwards as she tried to get that ball there to Mairead Evanston, and Evanston had played that ball away. Don't think there was a whole lot in that now, I have to say, but Fiona Keating I think landed on her shoulder, and Mairead Evanston just in a little bit of pain, physio getting across there quickly just to see, but I don't think there's anything more sinister than just Fiona Keating in the grappling for the ball. She just came straight down.
Yeah, Mairead now wouldn't go down too easy, that's why I'd be a bit worried when you see her down, but
yeah, I'd say,
and hopefully the physio's getting plenty of movement into it, so hopefully she'll be okay. It's just landed awkwardly on it.
Yeah, well, as I said, it has been a little bit stop-start this second half. I reckon we could have ended up to 5 minutes additional time at the end of this game.
Don't think anyone will mind. I think everyone here is enjoying it and happy to see it play on.
It's just as realistically, since about the 38th minute, it has been very stop-start. And a couple of injuries picked up, and you got to remember, we still are only on the 4th of March. It's been played at championship favour, and the amount of, I would imagine, S&C work and training and everything that's gone in to get these girls ready that they're going to be able to last the championship until that first weekend in August is a big factor in it. I'd say the body is just wilting a little bit on all sides.
Yeah, and look, there's been 3 matches more or less on the trot as well, so yeah, a lot of hard, heavy training going in, like you said, and everyone wants to be playing matches, and no doubt they're all enjoying this encounter out there.
Yeah, and of course a new league structure that seems to be working out quite well so far anyway. Free out for Tipperary then, that was won there very well by Emer Heffernan. Down she plays it, but reading it well on the other end then is Maeve Cahalane, flicks it up along the wing towards Cleena Healy, but it was really a 70-30 ball, and it gave Tip the opportunity now to send it back up along the line. Cork have just on occasion now, maybe tiredness setting in or whatever, some of the option has come and charging forward here again. Karen Kenny looking to play this ball in, but it's well read in there again, and both teams guilty of maybe something similar. Yeah,
both being caught out by the spare player in defence, and I suppose it's the tired minds or what, they seem to be hitting the ball to the free player, and that's why scores, I suppose, haven't been coming too thick and fast here in the second half.
I often wonder when you have teams playing a sweeper at either end, push up and mark the sweeper, see what would happen, especially with 5-6 minutes to go here. Laura Hayes giving that ball away again, and it's one back though, and it's going to be a driving on here, an opportunity for Emma Murphy with the shot at the post, and she put it over the bar. She has, and all of a sudden, Tip or Cork find themselves, just getting a lead there that could be vital ultimately.
Yeah, that's a great score there from Emma Murphy, one of the best points of the game so far. For a player not on the field too long, she's struck with great confidence. Cork are here in numbers now again.
The ball out here towards Murphy, but she's being tracked there all the way by Karen Kennedy. Tip now having to hunt a little bit, find themselves 2 points down. As breaking out with it, Roisin Howard now has Heffernan for company if she wants. Alexa Gwynfield though probably should have played it to the left, went right, but it might still work out. Teresa Ryan wins it now, looking to get away from the challenger. Teresa is going to charge straight towards the goals, top of the D, still going, nice little pass inside, might work out here. And Cliona Healy flicks that ball out. How important was that interception? Laura Tracy that is, having to go back. Amy Lee, angle on this side maybe for Amy Lee, looking to find out the point scored. Just got that there. Emma Murphy takes that very well, turns inside Ciara DeMar and puts the head down and goes. She has the fresh legs, puts it down into the corner now, asking a lot maybe of young Orla Cahalan to get there, but she does. Looking to maintain possession, turn inside the Tip marker down in that far corner, being held up there, but Tip have turned it over. It's very tight to the sideline here, pushing it back, I would have thought there, by Cahalan on the number 10 for Tip, Roisin Howard. And the linesman says it's a Cork ball. I would have thought that should have been a free.
Yeah, I definitely thought, I assumed he was blowing for a free actually, but looks like the line ball. Ciara Maher looks to be struggling there, maybe a cramp, and I see Lorna Ryan is ready to come on, so whether that'll be a straight swap there maybe. Lorna made her senior debut against Dublin last weekend, young Clononty player.
Well, I don't know whether the officials felt that the two were grappling each other and they just let it go or so forth, but to me, from the angle I was at anyway, it looked like it should have been a tip ball and a free. But anyway, it's going to be a sideline cut that Saoirse McCartan has come across to take.
Actually, it's Mary Burke that's come in, not Lorna Ryan. Mary Burke.
Ball across the field though, and it's putting Cork under a bit of pressure now because they had all squeezed up, and ball has been given away though. Tip guilty doing the same. Izzy O'Regan blocked down though. Chance for the drive forward here now with Tipperary looking to get an opportunity with Karen Ryan, Teresa Ryan, looking to get Teresa Ryan, Karen Kennedy, but the ball has been picked up by Cottovan, and how come she always seems to have time? She was able to flight that ball over the bar. Yeah,
such a lovely striker of the ball, but you have to give great credit to Teresa Ryan there. She's making scores out of nothing here through her work rate, her heart, her effort, everything there, determination, and no better there than Cottovan to pick it up and finish it off with a score.
112 to 111, 58 minutes gone then. I'd imagine we still have about 5-6 minutes to go. Cork holding on here at the minute by a point. Cliona Healy getting it offloading here now to Saoirse McCarthy. No better woman in the right place at the right time to put it up again. Saoirse McCarthy with a vital score, got one against Clare, has got one against Tip, opens up to 2 points again.
Yeah, great response from Cork there again, not letting Tip get any kind of run on the game at all. Tip find it very hard to get a couple of scores in a row. Cork coming down the field with a great point. Here's Julianne Burke now.
But this is a cracking encounter here, I have to say, between these two, and that looks like a free out there to Julianne Burke. Orla Cahalan looks to come across her and take her down, so free. It's a dangerous lead, as you know, and we know that Cork and Tip can find goals, so might be a bit early to be hunting goals just yet. Physio being called in there for Orla Cahalan, I think, who's down receiving attention, and as I said, this is going to add on time. But a cracking encounter, and as I said, went hell for leather for the guts of about 40 minutes or thereabouts, and then with the stoppages, it's just taken a bit of a pep out of the game. It was 1-8 for Cork, 7 points to Tip at half time. Can't imagine the Cork management are going to be overly happy that they've only scored 5 points in this second half, but Ali Smith being told to get ready just in case there, as Tip have this free now. I think is it Emer Lockman has this. Looks like Orla is okay, but it's still a Tip free. 113-111 then. Right cracking encounter, and hope you're enjoying it. The Very Ireland Camogie League Division 1A Round 3 between Cork and Tip. The winner, you'd expect, will be in the league final. Ball breaks there off of a Cork hand, and it falls back to Tracy, who has really enjoyed, I think, on the occasion, being in that pocket, mopping up all the dirty ball. Hayes looking to get away. Tracy's there on the bounce as well, giving it up along the line. A little bit too much action behind that ball as she tried to get it to Emma Murphy, and it's out over the line. Still a chance for Tip here, and there's plenty of time. I give it about 5 minutes. John Dermody watching the clock. There has
and Fahy looks to be getting ready to come into young Cashel players. I think she's come on in all the games so far and done well.
Got a goal, I think, didn't she, against Galway?
Yeah, against Galway.
Ball breaks and it's Laura Tracy. Back she goes all the way to Amy Lee. Space over on the far side. Has to step out around the charge of the Tip player there. I think it was Grace O'Brien. Ball over eventually for Cleena Healy. All the way to Saoirse McCarthy. Left side down along the line. Trying to find Orla Cahalan down there, and she does. Saoirse McCartan is there in support with her. Gives it to her. Lost it though. Trying to get across Amy O'Connor to disrupt the Tip attack. Ball is an opportunity now. Still. Time still to be played here, I reckon. Yeah, it's all at the discretion of the referee.
Yeah, I think the ref indicated 7 minutes there to the linesman a few moments ago, so plenty of time for both teams.
Plenty of time to win and lose even. Ball is an opportunity still. Looking to charge forward on it here. Cork still have it, but they've lost it. And it's a throw ball, says the referee, and a free out. So is it Anna Fahy is coming in here?
Yeah, Anna's coming in there. I think it is 17, yeah.
Yeah. As he said, got a goal against Galway in that 4-9 to 1-9 victory.
In for Grace, who probably hasn't seen a lot of the ball in the second half. No. In for Emer McGrath.
Yeah, Emer McGrath, who was down, I think, with a bit of cramp there a few minutes back. So we still have about 6 minutes to play. Ding-dong affair in the rag as the ball breaks around the middle. Hayes gets a touchdown on it, giving it to Saoirse McCarthy. Finds a bit of room to play the ball, but it's asking an awful lot of the inside forward line. And as you've noticed, the Cork inside forward line is now out 40 metres from goal. Says a lot about the Tip tactic as the ball breaks now. Suiting Tip at the moment. Marr driving this ball in. O'Brien is in behind. Lee is out to a door. And a chance for Amy Lee to drop it out towards Cleena Healy. Dropping back, helping out her defence here at the minute. Looking to get away from Karen Kennedy. Ball is held up, but Healy looking to get a touch on it, but Kennedy did enough there to disrupt it, and it's being picked up by Tip. But eventually Cork won it back, Tip won it back, and eventually it's a foul, and it's going to be a Tip free. Just looking at four tip backs around. Well, the goalkeeper and 3 tip backs around 2 Cork players at the minute as the ball is down at the other end. A flick on there, trying to Aoife Healy was trying to keep that ball away, but Tracy trying to shepherd it out, but Tip have turned it around and put it back inside into the mix. Dangerous ball. Opportunity to tap it over the bar. No, it's gone out to the left and wide. A missed opportunity. You'd feel for Tip, because that would really ask a few questions.
Yeah, and Caoimhe Maher, one of Tip's best players here today. I think, in fairness, she's done very well, but she'd be disappointed. Mary Burke was an option there, came running in off her shoulder, but she chanced the shot and it just went to the left and wide.
Amy Lee now being told to poke the ball out. 63 minutes gone, so we reckon another 4 remaining. Ball over on the far side. Ball breaks over, and an opportunity maybe for McCarthy to get loose here, and she's getting away from Karen Kennedy. The attention's coming in. Saoirse McCarthy looking to flight this ball in, but part of the block, I'd say, from Karen Kennedy didn't help the trajectory of that, and it's out as a wide. Cork still have that 2-point lead, but it's still anybody's game here.
And Grace Maloney is coming into the fray now as well.
Yeah, Grace coming in wearing number 24.
Not sure who's making way.
Just looking around. 13, I think I heard the number show, so that'd be Grace O'Brien, wouldn't it? So Tip just trying something different now in the closing stages here.
Looks like they're moving Karen Kennedy right into the full forward line. Grace has come in there, and Karen is they're really going for the juggler now.
Well, Karen down to wear number 6, of course, played I think most of the game middle of the field, and now has been moved to the half forward line and maybe inside in the full forward line in the moment as this ball breaks now. A bit of a race on here between the 2 substitutes, and it's the Tips subs that come out on top there and win that free. And Mairead Davison just being urged here by Grace O'Brien, going passes here on the microphone to settle. There's
Eamon Ruffman coming across now to take a free. This chance for Tip now to make something happen here.
Yeah, so this ball needs to be left in around the 20-metre line, you would reckon. And it's going to drop on the top of the D. Not enough in to maybe cause an issue on the goal. Ball is broken away by Cork. Trying to get it there, Cleany Healy. Down on the ground it goes again. Win there, trying to win it back as cornerback Maeve Murphy. But it's Tip to turn around and drop it in. Amy Lee comes out, let it bounce on the hurl. Looking to take it away. Amy Lee still being tracked all the way. Sends it out towards the line. She did what she needed to do. Keeps it out of the danger zone.
Yeah, line ball for Tip now, so still a chance. 2 points down, are they?
Anything could happen. This ball now down here. Just how a camera shot there at the minute, but the ball is being cut inside. A dangerous ball. It goes over the top of everyone. Karen Kennedy though rubs it off Amy Lee, or is it Teresa Ryan? Look to have hit the deck there. Nothing, says the referee. Tip crowd not overly happy in the background. Opportunity maybe Cueva Mara's out here on their own. Cork look to have done enough to be able to get out of jail with this one, and it's driven out here by Fiona Keating, looking to still go. She's slalomed her way out of the Tip defence there, but a bit of a loose pass. Mairead Everson looking to get in there, coming all the way. Amy O'Connor out to the middle of the field to try and win that ball back, but it is the number 22 Emer Heffernan looking to keep this ball moving. Surely something bigger should have come out of that jar inside.
Yeah, imagine at this stage if Tip could even score a point and bring it back to a 1 point game, but they look to be trying to work a goal the whole time. They have a free here though.
Yeah, advantage being played, nothing coming, and it's going to be a chance of a free then that I imagine going to be caught, and maybe he's going to take this. I'd say she'll be checking with John Dermody. Tap it over the bar. He still have time, 66 minutes. He said 67. There still could be time here to pluck a draw with this.
Amy, up again.
But again, the run, I have to say, Karen Kennedy, Teresa Ryan have done serious damage to Cork, just, puncturing them right through the heart sometimes.
Yeah, great power and strength there from both players, and determination really, Caught now with the free. She looks like she's going to go short.
She's going to go short to Heffernan. Going maybe for the return. Heffernan looking to step inside. It's been held up rather well there. Heffernan doesn't know what to do with it. Eventually gives it to Devan. Ball is back out here. Shot from Maloney. Dropping it in over the bar. That'll do. There still might be enough time, but they've got to win this puck out.
Yeah, 1 point game. 67 minutes gone. Amy won't be in a rush to puck this one out.
John Dermody watching the clock. Will he give Tip one more chance? He's still looking at it. Amy Lee taking the time to puck it out. He's allowing the time to go on. 1:13, 1:12. Tip have got to win this ball back. Ball breaks over on the far side. Cleany Healy's done an awful lot of dirty work in the last quarter. Picks this ball up and drives on. Looking to flick it inside. Gives it to Keating. Keating needs to put it dead. She sends it on its way. It's not dead. It's over the bar. Good score there from Fiona Keating. Lifts the siege a little bit.
Yeah, that should be Cork safe now at this stage. You can't imagine there could be much time left. Maybe one more chance for Tip to try and work a goal, but no,
I think he's going to call it. There it is, done and dusted. Tip gave it of their all, but Cork did the needful, and that point, I have to say, really from Emma Murphy on the 55th minute opened that little bit of a gap again, Ger, and really then it was a little bit more of a mountain to climb. Yeah,
and Tip had to work so hard just to get back in touch and distance to bring it back to a 1 point game again. The amount of work and effort that went in, and I suppose they looked tired there on that last attack that with Fiona Keating put that over. And I think Cork, on the whole game they were the deserving winners, but very little between it, and very good workout for both sets of players, and I think both managements would be reasonably pleased there today. Yeah, but as I said to you, this game with the intensity and everything that was on it here throughout the game, you would feel, that it was worth 3 or 4 training sessions to both these managements. Yeah, look, the league, I suppose, is chance of silverware. I think Tipperary definitely taking a very serious chance of silverware. They'd love to get into a league final. They've fell short the last couple of years, so Dennis obviously trying out a few players as well, but definitely looking to find a settled team come championship. You won't feel the Munster Championship coming around. You won't feel the All-Irelands. It won't be long for it. I know we're saying it's early days, but you won't feel it coming around, and it's a really good workout. And I always say you can only judge your players playing against the likes of Corks and Galways and Kennys, but especially Cork this time of year. I think Dennis would have learned a lot about his players there today. You can really, that's the barometer, that's the standard. They're the standard bearers, Cork, and I think he was out to judge, and he knows who can go toe to toe to him, maybe who's a bit off it, and what he needs to do to try and win the next day out.
Yeah, well, Cork have got the win here as it stands by that 2 points, 114 to 112. Just quickly, for some of the players, standouts, maybe let's have a look at Tipperary. Firstly, Karen Kennedy, I suppose, Theresa Ryan would definitely have been standouts. There's loads of others ultimately. Who do you think maybe stood out the most there?
Yeah, I suppose I was really impressed with Theresa Ryan over the whole 60 minutes. Her work rate, her determination, everything, and I think touch caused a lot of trouble for Cork there. Karen looked really strong, really impressive. Claude at Cork then, when she slotted in there centre back, did a very good job. So Grace had a great first half. Probably didn't see much for there in the second half. Same with Eva McGrath, very good in the first half. Just the way the game went, probably didn't get on as much ball. Roisin Howard always working hard, and Caoimhe Maher as well. To me, the improvement in that player. She's always a good player, but she's really turned inside out into a real top class senior intercounty camogie player in the last 2 seasons for me.
Looking at Cork then, down the centre really they were quite strong. Libby Coppinger all throughout the game, tough and didn't let a whole lot beyond her. Laura Tracy seemed to revel in that free role. Saoirse McCarthy delivered a couple of a big moments and a big point there towards the end. Cliona Healy had a very strong last quarter, and I suppose you have to give mention to the full forward line who were always busy, I suppose. Yeah,
always busy and always looking dangerous and looking lively, and I suppose Tip would regard their full back line as probably one of their strongest line, and they had their work out there today, picking up the likes of Amy O'Connor, Orla Cahalal looking very lively. Saoirse McCartan got some lovely scores there. Izzy O'Regan came into it there. Cliona Healy I thought was very good in the second half. Saoirse McCarthy, probably her influence was curtailed a bit when Karen Kennedy went on to her, but I thought she was the difference between the two teams in the first half. Laura Tracy then, top class centre back. Cork looking very good and looking in great shape again this year, and they'll be thereabouts this year, no doubt about it.
We have a Very Ireland Player of the Match award to give, so if you were given a nod, Ger, in your opinion, who would you be giving it to?
So I'd have to give it to someone there on the Cork team. Caught me on the hop here now.
Well, you can have a think about it there as we were having a look at it, maybe run down through that crew. You mentioned a lot of good names there as well with regards to that, but we do, as you said, have to award that Player of the Match award here in the next couple of minutes. But Matthew Toomey going down there having a word with these girls at the moment. I'm sure Dennis having the same, and we'll be chatting to both of them and the Player of the Match. Any further thoughts? I would be thinking
Laura Tracy, maybe.
I would have been leaning in that kind of direction. I
suppose through the whole 60 minutes, I thought she was very solid there at centre back. Even it's not the easiest thing being a free player either. Like in the first half, she was probably free a lot, but she read the game so well, swept across left and right, and she's very solid there. Great leader there at centre back, and I think Tip would be happy with their 112, but I suppose they didn't score too much more basically because Laura shot there at centre back in the second half and made life very difficult for the Tip forwards at her.
Yeah, so Laura Tracy will be our Very Ireland Player of the Match. Then the Cork number 6 will be picking that up in the next couple of minutes with us here, and we'll also hear from Dennis Kelly and Matthew Toomey. But a cracking encounter in the Rag has gone the way of Cork, so they are in position A for the league final. Then they have 3 from 3, a tight enough encounter, of course, as was expected here in the Rag. A cracking game, really loved it, and thanks indeed again to Ger Canan for everything that she's done with us here this afternoon. But it is Cork who are victorious by 2 points, 114 to 112. Do stick with us though. We'll have a roundup of all the other camogie scores from today, and we'll hear from both managements and our Player of the Match all on the way. Thanks again to Ger Canan.
Thanks, Killian.
Invincible.
And you're welcome back here to the Rag down on pitch side. Dennis is with me, but I'm just going to give the scores of the other games. Of course, here 114 to 112. Kilkenny earlier beat Dublin 17 points to 11. In 1B, it was Waterford 324 to Limerick's 2-6. Wexford 217 down 9 points. And Antrim came back to force a draw against Offaly 2-8 apiece. It finished up a bit of a close encounter between Galway and Clare. Clare battling back there 114 to 13. But it did finish here, as we said, Cork winning by 2. Dennis, reflecting on that, right dinger of a match, championship encounter, wasn't it?
Yeah, humdinger. No, it was brilliant. You know, that's the games you want. We knew we'd be tested today, and look, Cork are flying there. We gave it everything we had. You know, we're out on our feet there to finish, but you know, that's really, we're learning lots there today. And you know, it was just a puck of a ball either way. Maybe a couple of decisions didn't go our way today. They might go the next day. You know, that's the way Camogie goes. But we're happy with our girls. They gave everything they had. I
was saying to Ger Canan in commentary, you know, I'm thinking of both management teams. That game alone is probably worth 3 or 4 training sessions.
That's it. Yeah, that's definitely it. You know, look at you. You can do all the training you like, but that's the kind of you know, it's close to championship there now already, and you're still only in early March. So look, we're happy with that. We'll go away again now. You know, we need more points on the board if we're going to get to a league final. So we have to go back, regroup. We have a bit of a break now, so we'll go back next week, do our own little bit, and get ready for Clare the following weekend.
Looking at it though, Dennis, you're going in at half time. Had got a 2-point lead, conceded a goal, and then they got a run of scores in you. But you went in at the half, getting the last 2 scores. I'm sure that was probably something you were positively talking about in the dressing room at half time. Definitely,
yeah. Look, the middle section of that first half, we probably lost our way a little bit, and they took over on the middle of the field and that. But look, we you know, there's great character in that dressing room. The girls really knuckled down. They got a couple of scores, dug it out when things weren't going our way, and we went in with, you know, we were lucky enough, I suppose, to win only 4 points down. But you know, that second half was something to behold there. Some of the scores we got, I was thrilled with. You know, that goal we got was top class. But you know, we have more work to do, because we're not there yet. You know, we're still not happy getting beaten today, and you know, we'll be looking forward now to getting another win on the board next day.
That might be the only thing though, Dennis, is that you probably gave yourselves a little bit of a mountain to climb. You know, that you got back level, then Cork got a little bit of a foothold, and it was nearly like a bit of a chess match here then for once or twice. You know, the free player was the one that was getting on an awful lot of ball.
It was, yeah. Look at you, sometimes you have to take that, you know, with the forwards, the class of O'Connor and that inside, you know, you just can't leave too much room in your own back line. But you know, look, we tweaked it at half time. It seemed to work for us, but you know, ultimately we came up with it just that little bit short.
But still in the mix, and you'd be happy that you ran Cork to 2 points here, I'd imagine.
Definitely, yeah. Look, we're happy to be competitive, but at the same time, you know, yes, you're never happy when you're getting beaten. So look, we'll go back, we'll have a good look at the video, we'll pick out places where maybe we fell short, and we'll come stronger the next day.
Well, thanks Annie for joining us, Dennis, and the best of luck with the rest of the league.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Dennis. I'm sure we'll be hearing from him with the rest of the encounter here, but 114 to 112. Do stick with us here in the Rag, because we're going to be joined now by Matthew Toomey, and thanks indeed for coming away with the team talk there. Thanks, Matthew. A couple of the Cork crew around here, they're quite happy with that. I'm sure you were quite happy to come out of the Rag with the points.
Yeah, you certainly would be. I suppose if we were told this morning that we come out here with 2 points, we would have taken it. But there was, look, when you come up here, you're going to get tested. When you get tested, you see a few cracks, and we saw a few cracks now that we have to go and work on Tuesday night. Like, so, look, as I say, we'll be happy enough to get the win, but there's a but there, like.
I hope you don't mind me, but of course you were right in front of us doing the commentary. We were earwigging a little bit. Speed was the one word that you were talking about a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's speed. Like we've abundance of speed there. Like, you know, Tipperary, you know, fairness, like they're a very good side. Like, you know, you can see they're going to be a threat to everybody as the year goes on. But our main play is speed, and like we were just hitting the ball from near the distance, and we made Claude Cork look like an all-star. Like, she was standing alone, we were hitting her, which was very disappointing. We wanted to speed up everything, because that's the way we play. We should be playing, and we just didn't bring it today to fully. Like, we're just having a brief there on it, and we just it's puzzling why. But look, we don't expect everything to be perfect at this time of the year. Like, we still have to realise it's still only flipping the start of March, but few things disappointing in it. Yeah,
probably happy though as well that a little bit of a contribution from the bench had an important factor in ultimately turning the game in your favour.
Yeah, Emma Murphy come on, got a great point. No, to be fair to her, and Aoife Healy, look, she's after a very strong campaign with UCC in Ashbourne. She's just unlucky. She's kind of tied up with the Jules, and she had a football match with UCC during the week as well. So we just wanted to start her, but when she came on, she did make the defence more solid again. So that's what you want. Look, and as I said to you, we have the 2 Mackies, Orla Cronin. You know, if Thompson comes back, Ashling, like we'll see. Like, but there's going to be competitiveness there for places, and that's what you want. Like.
and some of those are not letting you down either, Matthew.
No.
That kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Even if Mackies and Thompson or whoever come back, they're going to have to fight.
They're going to
come
fight. Yeah, that's the whole thing of it. This I think I mentioned her last week. Izzy O'Regan is a natural wing forward. She's playing wing back and she's doing fine there. Why would we drop her? When she. And that's the message going out to all the players. Orla Callan is probably one of our best players there today, especially in the first half. I'd say about 1-4 came through her. She's just out of minor. So this is what we're looking for. This was a test we were looking for as well. It certainly was a step up. And we're delighted with obviously the win, but we're delighted what came out of it as well, because we need these questions being asked. There's no point to get the questions being asked later in the season when it could be a knockout stage and we're kind of looking at ourselves. So we need these questions asked now, and we're disappointed, as I say, with a few things, but we'll go away now. We're after 3 out of 3. We look forward to Nolan Park, and hopefully after learning a few things from today.
Can I just go back to the boat before I leave you?
Yeah.
The scenario is ultimately, you had Orla and Amy hunting for ground inside on their own, and that ball was dropping into the free player, and it did take long range efforts maybe to get you just over the line ultimately.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. I suppose. We kind of have a range that we kind of have a cut-off point nearly before shooting, and we were hitting the ball from distance. There was some great runs made in the first half, but in the second half especially, we just hit the centre the whole time. We made it too slow. If you speed it up and you're hitting the ball into the corners, fair enough, but we were too slow coming out with the ball and giving Claude Cork an opportunity to come over and cut off the corners, and we were hitting straight down top of her. That is the killer. That's the big boat with me.
Last question then to you is Cork obviously against Kilkenny, Nolan Park double header. It's a bit of an early start. I think it's about 11:30 I think you have in 2 weeks time. However, opportunity to play on a pitch like Nolan Park, and the wounded cats as well would love nothing better than probably to put you with your tail between your legs.
Well, fairness, Brian Down is after offering us to come in for breakfast in his house in the morning anyway, the match. I know he's a good guy. No, look, it's exactly what you want now. I presume it's kind of the same thing now again as today. We're going up there in Nolan Park. They'll have a crowd for the hurling match afterwards. So, they're going to give it to us as well. Yeah, they're wounded after us, but I tell you, we're a small bit wounded after last year as well. So, look, it looks like a very appetizing game. Very much looking forward. They're the games you want. And inside Nolan Park, the stadium and the pitch that it is, that's what you want.
Well, thanks indeed for joining us, and congratulations on the victory here. Matthew Toomey has joined us. Thanks, Matthew. We're going to call in Laura Tracy. And as she comes in, I'm going to present you with this, Laura. Congratulations. You're our player of the match, and I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Laura, tough encounter, as it always is, of course, against Tip.
Absolutely. I've never come down to the rag here and had an easy game, to be honest. They gave absolutely everything out there, and likewise with our girls, and it ended up being an absolute battle. So we're thrilled to come out with the win.
You had a situation where you found yourself in a bit of free space. Now, it did clog up a little bit, but you seem to revel in it, Laura.
Yeah, I suppose they dropped a player back, which allowed me to go free, and everybody else then around me marking. So, I must say, I enjoy that role. You can really play off the cuff a little bit, and take a few chances in that role as well. So, I found myself in good positions and on a lot of ball, I guess, and just to do my best then to transition the ball as best I can for us to get up to the other side of the field then.
We have a league campaign, obviously, that's a little bit of a change. Are you happy enough with how it's structured so far?
Absolutely, I think it's fantastic. We have loads of games, games week in, week out, which is great. The league is where everybody kind of, I guess teams start to develop players for championship, get game time into players and match fitness as well, so I think the league is running really, really well, and the more games the better. That's what we're here to play.
Can I just ask then, is there a little bit of hurt from last year rolling on? You're down 1 or 2 players, but does a few have come in and stepped up to the mark as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, losing in All-Ireland is never ever easy, and the winter ended up being quite long and kind of hard, and I guess the split season this year kind of made that winter a little bit longer, because the All-Ireland was a bit quicker, and then we rolled into club, so we had a bit more time to kind of maybe chill out a little bit, review on the year, and then we went back training. We didn't go back training until after the new year this year, so people were kind of hungry to go back training, I guess, because we had such a long space of time off. New girls coming in, new girls getting runs out, and it's just great to see, and we're really enjoying it so far.
And the last question to you, 2 weeks time, Kilkenny, no better place to be again, and you have to go to Nolan Park.
Yeah, absolutely, sure. Look, here we go again. Nolan Park, we always love playing down there, to be honest. It's a great pitch, great stadium, so we're really looking forward to that one.
We wish you the best of luck.
Cheers.
Thanks indeed, Laura. Congratulations again. I'll shake your hand because I didn't get the chance to do that. Laura Tracy, then, our Very Ireland player of the match here for this encounter in the Rag. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I know I did, and Gerlin Canan as well. Thanks indeed indeed again for the great work that she did with us here. To Dave and Luke in the background as always here from Entray, bringing you the action from the Very Ireland National Camogie League that saw victory for Cork. They've come out here with a 2-point win against Tipperary, 114 to 112. That's it for 2 weeks, and we'll be back with plenty more camogie action when it resumes with Nolan Park, I would imagine, one of the mouth-watering ones to look out for. We'll talk to you soon. Good luck to you.